And when and how should we follow up with prospects? Are these questions that you've wondered before in your business? So, if you're in the business of social selling and network marketing and you have potential customers or potential people that can join your team, and you've ever wondered, when should I follow them up? And how often should I follow them up? Or is it too soon to follow them up? Or am I bugging them? Am I coming across as one of those people? Like, how and when should I follow people up? If that's ever crossed your mind, then you're watching the right live. Hello, it's Helen here. Welcome to the video today where this is what we're talking about. It's all about follow up, what I do in my business and suggestions that I've got for you. You might want to grab a little pen for this one. I'm going to throw some words at you that I think you should have front of mind when you are following up with people as to how to sort of tackle it. It's your attitude around it. It's your language around it. It's your tactics around it. There's strategy around when and how to follow up with people. Okay, so I'm hoping what I share with you is going to be beneficial for you today. So obviously, I help social people in the social selling space, network marketing space with social media systems. Duplication, really putting fuel under the fire. If you're a leader, even if that's a leader of one, you need to have really good skills to be successful in this industry. So that's all the kind of stuff that I talk about here, but doing it in a way where you are a human before a marketer. So that is really important to me, to my core, to be a human before a marketer in growing my business. I don't even care if I grow my business a little bit slower than some. If I can do it with integrity and authenticity and be genuine and have the whole team winning, not just the leader winning, then that's what's really important to me. Couple of things. There's been some good previous videos of mine this week. Make sure you sort of scroll down and catch those. And if you are a coaching community member, we did the 2 live Q&A Zoom calls. I do them every month for our members in there. And we had the most amazing calls yesterday. Well, my yesterday. So there's 2 calls, one for sort of like US, Canadian market, Australian market, and then one for the UK, Germany, etc., and Australians as well. So both those recordings are inside the Coaching Community Facebook group. So go and watch them because I shared so much value. They're just real, raw, candid conversations about how I build my business and tips that I can give to you guys. Okay, so let's get into this. If you're watching with me, say hello. Let me know you're here so I can give you a shout out. We've got Cherie watching from Facebook. We've got Debbie watching from Facebook as well. So we've got a Facebook business page and my free group over here. I can't see your comments. If you're commenting from the free group, I'm sorry, I can't see you on my screen. Hey, Rick, good to see you here. We've got Jane as well. And over here on Instagram, anybody watching there, hello to you guys, and YouTube as well. So when and how to follow up with people. So first thing to understand about humans. We are living in a very busy world. Like, are you busy? Like, put yes in the comments if you're busy. Like, everybody's freaking busy. People have got lives. They've got lots of things going on in their lives. Gone are the days where life used to be quite cruisy. Well, you might come across, actually, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't generalize. There are probably people out there that have very cruisy lives. But for most people, they're pretty busy juggling a lot of things. So when you put something out there, either you're chatting to somebody like in person, or you've put something out on social media that's attracted somebody's attention to a product or a business opportunity that you're in, or a service or something that you do, just remember you put it in front of them. And even though they're curious, they weren't looking for it. You've put it in front of them. So they haven't, like, it's different. If somebody follows you up and says, I love everything about you, can I join your business? Wacky-doo, awesome. That's amazing. Wouldn't we like to build our businesses in that way? But even on social media, when you put something out there and like it's a reel or a story or a post and somebody says, yes, I'm curious, or can you give me more information? You still put the initial connection in front of them. It wasn't something they were eagerly, it might attract their attention with something that they need, yes, but you put it in front of them. They weren't searching it. Like, they haven't gone to Google and said, put Helen Martin's post in front of me regarding her latest thing. Like, you've put it in front of them. So what's important to remember, it's not their priority. Even if people have asked you for information and you're really good at your social media and you've attracted people's attention and they even ask you for information, it is not their priority. What they were doing before they saw your post was a priority, and what they're going to do after they saw your post or your reel or your story is their priority. Your thing is not their priority. So you absolutely have to follow up. Don't be disillusioned by the fact that if somebody shows some interest, they're going to buy by any means. Do you know how many people have contacted me and said they're curious about what I'm up to, and then when I give them some information and follow them up, they actually ghost me? I'm like, you asked me for the information. How does that even work out? Like it happens. It wasn't their priority beforehand. They're just curious for some reason, but it's still not their priority. Okay, do you get that? So follow up and how you handle the follow up is so important for the conversion. Because at the end of the day, you want the conversion to a sale. You don't just want a whole lot of people interested that you can never convert. So your follow-up when and how you do that will help you get an interest to a conversion. Am I making sense so far? Okay. So just know follow-up. You've heard the term before. Fortune is in the follow-up. So how do you organize your follow-up? I don't doubt there's some of you that are really disorganized and you're not really sure who you've spoken to when. Was that last week or was that 2 days ago or was that 4 days ago or was that actually a month ago? Like I can't even remember. So what kind of system are you keeping to keep account, like keep really good records? Now there are softwares that you can use that. You can do free things like Trello. Trello is amazing. Those of you in the coaching community, I've got a template Trello board where you can track your leads and you just drag and drop them as to what part of the funnel that I've had a conversation, you write a note and then you put a video in front of them, you drag them over to the next spot. Like it's amazing. So if you're a coaching community member, go and get that template Trello board. So, you've all got systems. You might have a Google Sheet. You might have a paid piece of software, okay? Whatever you do when you're in this business, you've got to have a system to know who you're talking to, when you talk to them, and what you were talking to them about, okay? So I don't care if you're new to the business and you've only spoken to a couple of people. You've got to track everything. So tracking is really important to be really good at the follow-up, when you follow up and how you follow up, because you've got to remember the conversation that you had and you've got to remember the timeline of when you spoke to them. If you leave people alone for too long, I'm sorry, but they've gone cold because your thing is not their priority. And it's not their priority after you've talked about it or after they've seen a post of yours. So you've got to keep it front of mind for them and follow them up. Okay, still making sense so far? So a system to track all your prospects, even if you've only got one prospect, write it down, find a system, the date you spoke to them, what you spoke to them about, because we all know that you're going to build an amazing business, right? So when you do build an amazing business and you got 5 conversations on the go or 10 conversations on the go, I guarantee you're not going to remember who you spoke to, where, on what platform and what date and whatever. And people are going to slip through your net because you're not organized with your tracking. Okay? You hearing me? Occasionally, if you're not that familiar with me, I'll say, are you hearing me? Occasionally there's things that I just really want you to hear me. So hear me when I say get really good tracking. Okay? It's so important for your follow-up to be important. Now, people are really busy. Yes, I am live on Facebook, Marco, on my business page and my free group. It's showing me now. I'm live over here. I'm live here on Instagram and I'm live over here on Facebook. Okay. So back on track. So you've got to have a really good system. And so you want to follow up people. Now, when do you follow people up? Okay. So how I'll get to, but when do you follow people up? I will follow up people within 24 hours of initial contact generally. Okay. Why? Because I've got to stop doing that on Instagram because it puts all the thumbs up. Because people go on with their lives. The longer you leave them, the colder they get. They're already cold when you stopped talking to them because they're going back on with their life. They've got kids, they've got parents, they might have elderly parents, they might have children, they might have grandchildren, they might have jobs, they've got washing, they've got cooking, they've got bills to pay. They've got a busy life. So unless you keep it front of mind, they're already gone. Okay, they're thinking about something else. They were interested for a minute, but then life got in the way and now, I'm too busy to look at that. So the colder you enable somebody to go, the less interested they're going to be. Okay. Now, we don't want to bug anybody. We don't want to within 2 hours. So, did you watch it? I sent you a video. Did you watch it? What did you think? Like, have some respect. Also, if you know anything about the person and what they're going through, like if you know it's not a good time for somebody and they've shared that with you, back off. Like, always, always, always be a human before a marketer. There is no need to push in this industry. There's no need for you to be spammy. There's no need for you to sound desperate. When you have posture in what you're doing, you believe in what you sell, you believe in the company that you're in, you believe in the team and the support and the leadership, and everything that you've got available to you can be available for them too. So have posture in what you're doing. Remember that, because I don't think some of you do. If you are questioning your products, or you're questioning the company, or you've stuck at the same position for, and months and years on end, and you've just lost a lack of some belief in sort of what you're doing, it will show in what you say. It absolutely will. So maybe you need to back up a little bit and gain some belief. Like, what video do you need to watch? What team calls are you not jumping on? We just had the most amazing team call with my team, and it's just like, yeah, that's awesome. Like, let's go. Like, it fuels you. Like, if you're not plugged in to your team calls, if you don't feel energized by your company and what you're doing, then you need to reevaluate that, because any kind of follow-up, it's going to show if you're not excited about what you're doing and what you offer and how the products can help people and how they can help the person. So you might need to check in with those kind of things and do what you need to do as far as personal development to get your energy back up where you need to be. People will be drawn to people that are excited about what they're doing and have absolute posture in what they're doing. Do you agree? So where do you sit in all of that? This is huge in follow-up. Because when you really sit in the posture of what you're doing and believing in your company and your products and the team and the systems and the duplication and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't matter if somebody says no. You'll be okay with it. You won't like it. And it's like, oh, bugger, I thought they were definitely going to buy. I thought they were absolutely going to join the team. That's a bugger. But you'll just move on pretty quickly because you've got posture in kind of what you're doing. Okay? So back to when. Don't leave people go cold for too long, because they've got busy lives before you had a discussion. They've got a busy life after you've had a discussion, and you need to interrupt that pattern. Okay. So I will initially follow up with somebody within about 24 hours of our initial contact. So if I put a post out on social media and somebody's curious and I've, sent them some information and they don't say a word to me back, like within 24 hours, I will follow them up. Okay. The how I'll get to in a minute. If they ghost me, so somebody's asked for some information and they don't sort of reply, I'll follow them up again, and I'll say something like, so this is kind of going into a bit of the how, like, I know you must be extremely busy, like, with what you've got going, but I'm just, wondering if you did catch that information that I shared with you yesterday. If you can throw in a benefit, if you know something about them, then throw it in. Like, I know that you would absolutely be able to benefit from this, because like, if you know something about them, that would be my second follow-up. If I still get ghosted, and this might be, I might leave another day, but I'm not really leaving any longer than about 4 or 5 days max. Okay. Some of you don't follow up people for like 7 days. They're not only cold, no, I won't go there. That's a terrible thing to say. I think you know where I was going with that. Like, they're so cold. Like, when you have the initial interest, there's something there that they were interested in. So you've got to capitalize on that while they're thinking about it. The longer you leave them alone, the more they've gone off into their world and they're like, oh, yeah, no, not the right time. They're going to brush you off really quickly. So don't follow up somebody for the first time 7 days later. They're so far gone, probably. So in that second follow-up, might be, I'm just wondering if everything is okay because they didn't answer me the first time. I know you're probably really busy, but just checking in, is everything okay? Did you get the information? Do the links open? Just, wanted to check in on you again. Don't want to bug you, but just, is everything okay? Like, there's care and concern as to why you're following up a second time when they haven't even answered you the first time. Okay? Do you understand that? Now, the third one And this still happens to me all the time. It's just like, it just annoys me. This is why social media, I love social media. I love the opportunity it affords me. I love the relationships I can build with you guys. You can make best friends with people around the world that you've never met. Like, it's just amazing. Social media is amazing, but people get damn right rude. Did anyone see my story yesterday? Anyway, I just don't know why people just hide behind social people or be rude. Anyway, I won't go off on that tangent. But then I would say, hey, I just wanted to check back in with you. Always voice message. If you don't know how to voice message, learn. There is no better way for somebody to gauge your intention by voice message, because you've got it's how you say things. Like, I could say something to you and I could say it in two totally different ways, and it'll have a completely different meaning, even though I've said exactly the same thing. And people in my higher level mentorship, they know I can give them a massive kick up the bum, but I can say it in the way that they're actually going to respect me for pulling them up on it and saying it in a nice way, than thinking, oh man, Helen's cruel. Like, she just pulled me up on this and she's so mean. Like, I can say something to get through to somebody, but with a smile on my face. Am I explaining that the right way, that you're understanding that? Like, how you say something, it can be interpreted very differently than if you write it in a messenger. People can misinterpret things, and just writing, somebody could think, oh, now she's hassling me or he's hassling me. Whereas if I say a voice message and I'm saying something like, hey, I just wanted to check back in with you. I haven't heard from you yet, and that, trust me, the last thing I want to do is bug you about this. I know you were curious initially, so I'm keen to help you if you saw something in this that might be able to benefit you, but I really don't want to keep messaging you and bug you. So just let me know if you've changed your mind. If you're not interested in it, I always say open. Actually, don't use the word interested. So write that down if you've never heard that before. Use the word open instead of interested. The word interested, people can say yes or no. The word open, it triggers a different response, because even though somebody might not be open, they don't like to think they're not open. Human nature, people don't like to think they're not open to things, even though they're not. So, if you're not open to this anymore, that's cool. I don't want to bug you. So just let me know either way, please. So I stop messaging you. It's all good. It's like, and you literally back off. There's no pressure here. Like, just give me an honest answer and I'll just take you off my list. It's okay. Just give people an out. When you give people an out and they don't feel pressured, you'll be amazed at what comes back. I mean, there's still going to be a percentage of people that ignore you, and then I'm out after that. 3 strikes, you're out. I'm not I've got too much posture in what I do and how I build my business and where I'm going to worry about people that are going to ghost me 3 times. Like, you can go. I don't want to work with people like that. I'm at a level in my business that I want to work with leaders. I want to work with people that want it. I want to work with people that have got posture. I want to work with people that don't make excuses. So I don't want to bring somebody into my business that's legitimately going to ask me for information and then ghost me 3 times. Like, see you later. And hopefully that doesn't sound harsh to you. It's just like, you should raise your standards a little bit more. You don't need anybody in your business, any particular person in your business. You need people in your business, yes, but don't be that desperate in your business that you are recruiting the bottom of the barrel that are going to drag you down with them. Okay, have posture in what you're doing, and the way you carry yourself is the kind of person that you will attract. So, carry yourself in a way, in your languaging, your social media, what you do, that you're going to attract like-minded people to you. If you want it, you'll attract people that want it too. If you are so scared to talk to anybody about your business and you're dragging people along and you're convincing them that it's the best thing, they'll be the first people to complain. And trust me, I did that in the beginning. I got sold the story. It's so easy. You just get 3 people, and those 3 people get 3 people, and you just grow from there. It's so easy. And in theory, if everyone said yes, it actually is that easy. If 3 people got 3 people and everyone just went, yep, 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 yep. Awesome. It doesn't work that way, does it? But I literally sold that story. It's so easy. You just get 3 people, and those 3 people get 3 people, and then it grows, and the residual income grows, and oh my God, it's just so amazing. And I was convincing people it was that easy. Now, those of you been around the block too, is it that easy? Let me know in the comments. Is it that easy? It should be that easy, but it's not that easy because fear gets in the way and people are, I can't do this and I can't sell and I don't like my face on camera and I don't know what to post. You know, all the excuses. Like, it's not that easy, but I sold the story because I actually believed in it in the beginning. And I had all sorts of trouble with that because I sold a story to people. They didn't come off, like, I kind of convinced them. Do you see the difference? When you convince people to join your business, the first thing that goes wrong, they'll complain about, and then there'll be every excuse under the sun, and you will end up with a terrible team. So don't convince anybody in your how, in your follow-up. This would be so awesome for you. I know you could do it. Like, you've got this and you've got that and blah, blah, blah. If you convince someone and someone goes, okay, because you're so good at selling the story, it won't work. You want people to make their own decision. So in the follow-up, when I'm on my third one, I'm not going back in, going convincing someone. I'm actually backing off and going, look, you know where I am if you change your mind or you're open to this in the future. But the last thing I want to do is bug you. So, I'll just, I'll stop messaging you now. But please just know that that door is always open for a conversation in the future. What's happening is really exciting. I would love you to be a part of it. But if it's not for you, no problems at all. Okay. So that would probably be my final one. Okay. So, and don't leave that too long. So you might have 24 hours in the first one and then another 24, maybe a little bit longer in the second one. But then I'm in there, I'm back in there like 3-4 days later with the, depending what's going on. Like if somebody's legitimately going through something, you be a human before a marketer. You back off and say, look, I know you're going through a lot. Would it be okay if I followed you up in about a month's time? Like, part of your follow-up and your language is that you ask permission for the next step. So please remember this. So some of you, even when somebody is curious about what I'm doing, like I might put a post out and they want some information, I'll go back to them and I will share with them, I saw your message, just following you up, etc. Talk a little bit about it. So would it be okay if I sent you some information about that? Or do you mind me asking, what piqued your interest? I just want to make sure that this is going to be the right product for what you're going through. Like, when you're following up with people, be a human before a marketer. Talk to the person about what they're going through, find out a little bit of information and go, oh yeah, so from what you're sharing with me, this would actually be a really good fit for you because and I'm closing the gap between what I've got and what they need, depending what they tell me, as long as that's kind of legitimate. Do you see what I'm doing with the follow-up, with the how as well? And so if somebody's going through something and they're like, look, it's just, I am, but now is just not the right time. Have you heard that one before? It's like, awesome, completely understand. I'm so not here to pressure you about anything. Would it be okay if I followed you up in about a month? When you've done this and done that and whatever. Like, ask permission for the follow-up. And then follow up because you've got a good system, which we talked about at the beginning of the call. Is this helpful? Just put helpful in the comments if you're getting anything out of this, okay? Yes, Ford, convincing is a mess. Okay, Marco, I'm definitely live. So I'm not sure why you can't see me, but I'm definitely live on my business page and in my free group, which is Social Media Systems for Serious Social Sellers. But you've got me on Instagram, so it's all good. I can see you here. Okay. Now, what I was going to say. Now, a little bit more on the how. Okay. So regarding the how, I'm going to give you a few words. So if you do have a pen, write them down. Posture. So this is where I was saying before, you don't need to convince anybody. If you're convincing, it's not the right person for you. It's not the right customer for you. It's not the right team member for you. You want people to make their own decision that what you have is what they want. Okay, so have posture in what you do and don't be afraid for the no. And just keep on going. Don't let it knock you down. We're in an industry that you're going to get more no's than yeses every single time. If that gets you down, then you got some personal development work to do. So have posture. And if you don't have posture, look into that. What's not a good fit for you? Is it your products? Is it your business? Is it your company? Is it your upline? Is it the systems? Is it the duplication? What's missing? Is it the best fit for you? How long have you been stuck in your business? If it's months and years, then shame on you, move on. Go and find a better fit for you. Okay? Because if you don't have posture in what you're doing, you're never going to grow your business and you are just wasting time. Okay? So posture. Second one is be really assumptive. So assumptive, like show your assertiveness to the next step. So, would it be okay if I sent you a video on such and such? So, you make an assumption that they've watched the video. So what did you like about, the video? Can you see the benefit of it for you? So when should we get you started? All those kind of things. Like, be really assertive on either the next step or assertive that they've looked at a video and asked them a question, and let them come back to you and say, oh, sorry, I actually haven't watched it yet. Oh, okay, no worries. I'll follow you up tomorrow and see what you thought. You're being assertive and you're being assumptive and you're letting the person know, I'm actually going to follow you up tomorrow. So then they're like, oh, crap, I better watch that video before tomorrow because she's told me she's going to follow you up. Like, see how you can be assertive and assumptive. So that's really powerful in the how of the follow-up. So we've got posture. We've got being assumptive. The third one is always be caring. And that's where voice messaging comes in, particularly on social media. Okay? So it's about the person. It's not about your thing. Your thing is just a thing. You're dealing with humans. You're dealing with their lives. You're dealing with their money. You're dealing with their future. You're dealing with their concerns. You're dealing with their needs. You've got a solution. So wherever possible, you treat people like a human before a marketer. You say nice things. You address people by their name. Let people know that they are seen and heard by using their name. It, like, little pet peeve of mine, people might not have been in my messenger for like a year. And they think because I teach social media, they'll jump into my messenger and go, just ask me a flat out question. I'm like, I haven't spoken to you like for a year and you're just in my inbox. Like, you just wouldn't do that to me if we walked up to each other in a room after a year. You just wouldn't walk up to me as a human and go, so what do you reckon about Instagram and blah, blah, blah? If you haven't seen me for a year, you would go, hi, Helen, how are you? Do you mind if I ask you a question? I've got this issue on Instagram or, TikTok or something like that. Yeah, sure. What's going on for you? Like, why do people not do that in Messenger when they're following up people or communicating with people? So always be caring, okay, to the other person, and be like, this is the other one, personal. Use a person's name. Say, hi, Helen, I just blah, 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 was wondering if I could ask you a question about. Now, to my team that are watching, and we're in Messenger all the time, don't freak out about what I'm saying. Like, if I talk to you all the time, it doesn't matter so much. It's just being polite when you're in Messenger with somebody, that you haven't spoken to for a long time. Just say, hi, Helen, just wanted to ask you a question, something like that. Okay? Does that make sense? But yeah, my team always freak out. I sent Helen a message yesterday and I didn't say hi, Helen. Like, if I've talked to you all the time, it's okay. So just put that into perspective. And the last thing, so we've got posture, we've got being assumptive, we've got caring, we've got being personal. So by personal, I also mean, what do you know about that person that you could relate what you've got to what they're going through? Like, are they a super busy person and you know that? Do they have multiple kids and you know that? Do they look after the grandkiddies and help out? Do you know that? Like, what do you know about that person that you can marry up what you've got with like a solution for something like, oh, I know you're running around the grandkiddies all the time. Like, you must be spent at the end of the day. Like, this could really help you with that. See how I've just made my follow-up personal to that person with what I know about them. So not only am I being caring towards them by using their name and acknowledge them and being nice and being a human before a marketer, but I'm actually where you can be personable and let somebody know you're just not there to make a sale, and it's got very clinical. Your discussion has got very clinical. When you're personal and you relate it to them and what's going on with their life, they feel heard and seen. When somebody feels seen and heard, then they will start taking more notice of you and what you've got when you make them feel like they're not just a number or not just a sale or not just a follow-up with a script. You're actually, fine-tuning your follow-up with who they are as a person and what they've got going on in their life. Okay? The last one is benefit. So we've got posture, assumptive, caring, personal, and benefit. So benefit is, knowing the person and giving the benefits. Like, I really think this could, whatever. And what it's done for me is benefit, benefit, benefit. Like, it's not just about the thing, it's how the thing helps people. Remember what I talked about yesterday? No one wants the shovel, they want the hole. You don't sell the shovel, you sell the hole. So it's about the benefit of what you're doing. It's not the thing. So yes, you want the sale of the thing. My mouse has made a really big appearance this week, if you've been on all my trainings this week. But it's not the mouse that they want. It's being able to navigate my computer, because I hate using the little dial in. It's just me. Anyone old school like that? Like, I can't cope with my laptop with the little pad down there. I've got to hook in a wireless mouse, and I can't cope. Like, the benefit to me is it makes my life easier when I'm navigating my computer. So I love my mouse. Do you get that? Do you get what I'm talking about though? It makes my life easier. So it's not about this thing that's round and red and has got blue and white on it. Oops, I just put Cherie's comment up there. I'm clicking away here. It's about what it does. It helps me actually work quicker with that. So benefit, what is the benefit to the person? Share the benefits. Keep talking about the benefits, not about what it is. What are the benefits to that person? Okay. Things, and also just to finish off, because I've talked long enough and I'm meant to be on a Zoom call right now. Something like, you've actually got that far and somebody committed to buy and they didn't. Like, they just didn't. They didn't follow through with the sale. You sent them the link to buy a product or to join your team, and they just didn't. And you're sitting there going, oh, why haven't they bought yet? Or why haven't they signed up yet? And you need to go back to them. Just go back to them and say something like, I was just checking back in. Did the link work okay? Did it open up for you okay? Or did you have any other questions before signing up? Or did you have any other questions before ordering? Like, just wanted to check in. Did the link work okay for you? Like, you're being assumptive, okay? And just checking in with you, did everything work okay? Or did you have any other questions before you signed up? Or did you have any other questions about the product before you purchased? Like, just let me know. Just follow up with people. Don't let them go cold for too long, because they'll just, they might have changed their mind because you didn't follow them up fast enough. So be on people. If someone says they're going to order and they don't order within 24 hours, get back in there and make an assumptive message and ask them, what I just shared with you. Okay? All right, I've talked long enough and I'm meant to be on a Zoom call, so I've got to go. I hope that was helpful. I hope you took a few notes from that, and I hope just what I've shared with you enables you to kind of tweak your strategy a little bit to have more success with closing at the end of the day. So this is my last live video of the week. So make sure you come back next week. I go live 3 times a week and give value like this all the time. So more than happy to help you. Share with me your questions. Yesterday's live video, if you didn't catch that, definitely catch that. That was a good one, and that came from a question from you guys. So if you guys have got any particular questions about these kind of things, let me know so I can come live and share those answers with you. Okay, so have an amazing weekend. Thank you for joining me this week. So appreciative of our online crew community here, and I'll see you on my next live. Bye.